Question number 13. The black body radiation curve of an object at 600 Kelvin is shown. The intensity units are arbitrary. Okay, so this is the peak of this, the wavelength of it is given over here. And then what is the radiation curve of the same object at 450 Kelvin? This is for 600 Kelvin. Okay, what have we learned? So we know whenever you have an intensity wavelength diagram, we can use lambda into T equal to B, which is constant. So this is nothing but your Wien's law. So what does Wien's law says? That the wavelength keeps on shifting towards the left hand side when the temperature increases. Now what's happening over here? So initially this curve is for 600 Kelvin. Now you reduce the temperature to 450 Kelvin. That's what it is. At 450 Kelvin, what is the curve? So if the temperature is reduced, what happens to the wavelength? Wavelength should increase. Which wavelength? Not all wavelengths. The maximum peak wavelength should increase. Let us look at it from the graph. Which graph corresponds to? The dotted line shown is the actual one. Okay, this one shows you the new one. So don't worry about the peaks over here. See whether the wavelength is getting shifted or not. Now look at this over here. What is the wavelength here? Wavelength here is higher. Sorry, wavelength here is lower here, and this wavelength has increased with the temperature. So what is that I need? Wavelength should increase with reduction in temperature. A could be one of the possible answers. But let us also verify the rest of them. Okay, whether we have something like this. This is your wavelength initially, and this is your other wavelength. So what is this? This is your actual wavelength. Let me write this as lambda 0. Okay, and this is your new wavelength, lambda dash. What's happening over here? You can say lambda dash less than lambda dash. So definitely this is incorrect. Here, this was your lambda dash. This was your lambda dash. Lambda dash is greater than lambda dash. This was correct. Let us move on to the rest of them also. So here you see, this peak and this peak are coinciding. So you can say lambda dash is equal to lambda dash. What about here? This peak and this peak are coinciding. Lambda dash is equal to lambda dash. So therefore, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. What's the answer? The first one, which you already got correct.